Hey you guys, and welcome to my kitchen, Midnight Munchies and more. I am your chef, Terrisa, and today we're going to make what y'all asked for, a loaded cornbread recipe. Look, before I get started, I'm gonna try not to tear up, but so this recipe originally came from when I lived in downtown Frederick, which if you don't know Frederick, Maryland, girl, you need to Google, because that shit out here, historic Frederick. Okay, so I lived in downtown Frederick as a single woman in my 20s, in my own apartment, and I had these upstairs neighbors, Casey and Colleen, and they were like a few years older than me, and they really just like looked out for me, and oh god, I just love them so much. So Colleen one time made chili and a loaded cornbread recipe, and they had extras, and she brought it down to me and they ate it, and I was like, bitch, this loaded cornbread, can I get the recipe? And I've made it a million times since, and then I went vegan, and I was like, how can I make this? And then the other year, unfortunately, Colleen passed away, and I've kind of been putting off this recipe because, sorry, crying, because it's like, it's for her, right? Like, it meant so much to me. It's not just like, oh, here's some cornbread. It was, she thought of me, right? Like, they looked out for me and just bringing me extra leftovers because I was just like a poor 20-year-old living on my own in downtown Frederick. So I've been wanting to veganize this forever, and I finally did it, and I hope you guys enjoyed as much as I do. This is a very delicious recipe, but it also means something to me, right? Like, that's how you know something's delicious, right? When it like hits you in your heartstrings, you know what I'm saying? So before I get started, I did also just want to mention, you can check out my Patreon, which will be linked below. I have a bunch of different tiers, even a $1 tier. Every dollar counts. I love you guys so much. Let's jump right in. We have a little bit of EVOO, probably about a tablespoon worth. That's extra virgin olive oil in Rachel Ray terms. And to that, we're going to add a chopped red onion. I call them purple onions because, I'm sorry, you can't tell me that's red. That's fucking purple. And we're just going to start sweating this down, getting it a little sauteed, keep mixing it around with my Frankenstein spatula. Happy Halloween. Okay, great. Now that we have our onions sauteed down a bit, I'm going to take 2 4-ounce containers of fire roasted green chilies. So I kind of just like bullshit drained them. Like, I didn't drain them all the way, but I like got a little bit of the extra draininess out of them. Okay, great. And we're just gonna stir them up and let this go for about just another minute. Like, they're already cooked, you know, they're already cooked, but you want to just kind of heat them up, get them mixed in with the onions, get those flavors to marry, you know what I'm saying? Just like our normal cornbread mixture, we have half a cup of aquafaba, which is just the brine from a can of chickpeas, that we're going to whisk up just a little bit until it's a little frothy tits. Just like the regular cornbread mix, we're going to use 2 boxes. Apparently, just showing you 2 boxes, not saying 2 boxes wasn't enough. 2 boxes of Jiffy vegetarian corn muffin mix, which is in here. And I'm going to take my whisk and just start breaking it up a little bit. But here's what I'm going to do a little bit differently. And I don't know how it's going to go, so I'll let you know at the end of the video. But I'm also going to add an extra teaspoon of baking powder to this and mix it together because, like, I found when I made my normal cornbread that it wasn't as, like, fat. Like, it was like this, and I wanted it like that. Okay, so I'm hoping that the baking powder, like, floofs it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? 1 can of creamed corn, which again, if you saw my original cornbread recipe, how many times can I say original cornbread recipe? Surprisingly, a lot of canned creamed corn is not made with dairy, and it's accidentally vegan because they use like the milk from the corn. Weird, I know, but we drink milk from oats and almonds. Like, what? So now we see our frothy tits aquafaba. So we're going to put her in there, and then we're just going to stir her up until she's just incorporated and get it all over our fingers because I'm a mess. Hi, how are ya? We have our greased 13 by 9 that Greg is heavily greasing now because of the tragedy of that cake. If you saw on my Facebook when I tried to make my stepfather a fucking birthday cake and it didn't come out of the thing. So we're just gonna put this whole thing in there. Spread her out. Oh my god. Make sure she's nice and even tits, which nobody's tits are even because that's how women's bodies work. No boob is equal to the other boob. Now we're going to take our onions and chiles and we're going to put her all over the whole thing. I'm sorry if I'm steaming you out. I can't help it. I'm not a full production studio like Shane Dawson. Oh my God. Which BT dub, Shane and Jeffrey's next videos are coming out Monday and Tuesday next week. I'm so freaking excited. Comment below if you've been watching that shit. I want the palette. I want Shane's conspiracy palette. I want his killer merch from Jeffree Star. Oh my god, because that makeup is vegan, cruelty free. So now we're going to come in with some vegan sour cream, which if y'all know me, I am a fan of Wayfair, and I got probably the last Wayfair sour cream on the fucking market, because apparently they're rebranding, and they didn't even tell a bitch. So I'm putting the whole container on here in like little dollops, but I'm like you put it in a dollop, and then you just, you're not like spreading it. Like you can't really spread it, but like you can like bullshit spread it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so the original recipe calls for cheddar cheese on top. And I don't know about y'all, but I cannot find a vegan cheddar cheese to save my motherfucking life. All the vegan cheddar cheese sucks. I'm sorry, they suck. All the brands, they suck. Suck, suck, suck. Can't blame them. That's a hard taste to replicate. So when I'm looking for a vegan cheddar cheese, I normally go for Chow Tomato Cayenne because it's orange like cheddar cheese, but it has a little bit extra spice, which like nobody's mad at, and it melts really well. So I take a pack of the slices and I hold it together in one big clump and I shred it. So if you're like, where do you get like Chow shredded cheese? You just grab the slices and you make do with what you have. You know what I'm saying? I have my oven preheated at 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm gonna pop this baby in there for like, I don't know, like 30 minutes, turning halfway, like basically until like you see, because we're using a glass container or a glass pan, it's like brown around the edges and the cheese is all melted. You guys, I mean, she looked dope as fuck, right? Like I mean, you don't know because you've never had it non-vegan, but I hope I did her justice. Okay, here we go, here we go, here we go. I'm sorry. I didn't want it to be a sad video, right? Like, I'm so happy about this recipe. But it just, like, it tastes exactly like what I remember. We did it, you guys. This is so fucking good. I literally used to make this and just eat it as is, but obviously it's great if you put a bunch of my vegan chili on top. Okay, happy. This is for you, Colleen, wherever the fuck you are. I don't know. I don't have a religion. Maybe you're growing into a tree who does things with breezes. I don't fucking know. The full written recipe, as per usual, will be linked below. MidnightMunchiesandMore.com. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you ring that ding dong notification bell, make sure you share with your friends. Seriously, make this recipe, and if you do, share your pictures with me. I love it so much. Makes me so happy to remember why I'm doing what I do, and I love you so much, and I'll catch you next time.
Oh, good night kisses while he wishes and reminisces. His eyes kissing while he waits for the full moon above. Oh, I will read up, passionate love, listening closely, positioning my intuition for her nutrition and ambition, get up. Like when you rise in the morning, rub your eyes in the morning through the skies in the morning, get up. Like when you rise in the morning, rub your eyes in the morning through the skies in the morning, get up. Oh, good night kisses while he wishes and reminisces. His eyes kissing while he waits for the full moon above. Oh, ivory dove, passionate love, listening closely, positioning my intuition for her nutrition and ambition, get up. Like when you rise in the morning, rub your eyes in the morning through the skies in the morning, get up. Like when you rise in the morning, rub your eyes in the morning through the skies in the morning, get up.